What's up, everybody? That was so dramatic. But I'm working on it, you know? Always got to up the production. How's everyone doing? Happy 415. That was fun. Hopefully everybody caught that. If not, just rewind it a little bit. All right, so it's deadline day, April 15th. Not sure if you're an accountant or not. Somebody just asked, what is this? It's my live stream. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Basically, I'm here to blow off some steam for the last 3 months and talk about firm ownership, answer any questions. If we reach enough viewers, I'll do a giveaway for a counter membership, potentially. Yeah, I think the max viewers I've ever had, concurrent viewers, is like 50 at one point. That might have been last year, which was bonkers, or it was close to 50. So that's when I want to make 50 like a new threshold to try to hit. But anyways, hopefully you can hear me well. I think you should. Everything is good. Hopefully you heard the music. Otherwise, that would have been really awkward. Yeah. What's up, everybody? I see Michael Eckstein. I see Romeo. What's up? What's up? See Carl. JP. How y'all doing? Audio's great. Perfect. I don't know if I'll have music during it or not. During this, I could if it gets kind of boring, but I'm planning on streaming for the next 2 hours or so. That's a long time. I did a 3:15 stream for about an hour, and that hour went by, wow, really quickly. So may add in another dancing session. We'll see. But you know, here to entertain, be some background noise for you if you're waiting for some e-files, if you're an accountant waiting to get released for the day. I remember back at my first firm where basically the whole tax department couldn't leave the office on the deadline until like all of their projects were like e-file accepted. So that just seems crazy to me now, because it's not like it's that big of a deal to fix an e-file. But anyways, G baby, what's up, Gary? How you doing? Did you survive? What's up, Noah? How are y'all doing? Okay, I still have G baby as a moderator. I'll let you be the moderator still. Romeo and G baby can be the moderators. Don't let it go crazy up in here with the chat. Whew. So new this year, new this tax season, had a baby. Didn't have a baby. There was a baby. My wife had the baby almost 10 months ago. So there was it was good. She's a great baby. So like it wasn't really that bad with having a baby during tax season. And I say that as if I had a baby during tax season. I meant like there was a baby around during tax season. Maybe I should say that. I don't know how I need to word that. All right, Gary, you cool if I remove your mod status? I'll just do it so you don't feel pressure of being a mod. Great. Okay, what's up, everybody? We got 15 viewers right now. Super excited. Like, this tax season was awesome. I don't know if you saw it, but I posted my sleep stats recently on the socials, and I had my average sleep each night was 8 hours, which I thought it would be lower, honestly. Maybe my sleep tracker on my watch sucks. So it's a Samsung Galaxy. Maybe it sucks. And it just thought I slept more. Like if I'm laying down in bed reading a book, I don't know. I don't know if it would record that, if it's smart enough to record that or not. So, but it said 8 hours was the average for the last, from beginning of the year until now, which is incredible. So, uh, I don't think many professionals could say that they got on average 8 hours of sleep. And I think a lot of people don't even get that much sleep, even if they're not in a crazy, stressful time of their life. So I value sleep a lot. I have the ability to sleep at least 8 hours. I know some people are like, they just wake up and they're good to go with 6 to 7 hours. I guess that's not me. I don't know. If you're like hyped up on adrenaline, what I call busy season adrenaline, you can sleep all the time. Or sorry, you can't sleep all the time. You're just awake. I remember in the height of my busy season hour portion of my career, I could wake up like at 5 a.m. without an alarm clock. And that was because I was deathly afraid of not getting returns done on time. This year wasn't the case because we had a manager and we had the scheduling system. So it was like a dual threat to making sure tax season wasn't chaos and mission success, and not in the war on terrorism mission success. It was actually successful. So I think my sleep schedule hours is the result is like the proof of that. And I track all my time with Rise software, and the hours were lower this year than last year. Like if there are any hours over 40 hours a week, that was spent with doing content, which is what I want, instead of like having to be forced working over 40 because of firm work. So yeah, the last week or so, week and a half has been kind of crazy. It's been like sprints where just trying to get a bunch of projects done, even if they weren't scheduled, just trying to get them done if we have them. And we're not killing ourselves to get them done. We're still working about 40 hours a week the last couple of weeks. So we just had the capacity to do so. Any improvements for next year? Absolutely. I think there's some more communication can help. There's just like a lot of confusion around clients who had a business return and a personal return. So they just scheduled one time. And I wanted them to schedule one for their business, one for their personal. And so there'll just be more communication around that next year. And I didn't force everybody to schedule a time. Instead, I had like a wait list, even though I told people they need to schedule a time first. So I think I'll make people not have access to the wait list unless they schedule a time first. That sounds like that sounds possible to do it. That sounds better. Someone asked, yeah, but did you have any fun? I had a great time. Yeah. When you're not working yourself to death, like taxes are pretty fun. Making content's pretty fun. So I had a great movie. Roman says, new Saw movie where Jigsaw only lets the contestants leave when all returns are e-file accepted. Yes, that's exactly what it felt like at my first job. Jigsaw used Taxo and Juno heavy this season. Oh, sweet. That's cool. So Juno worked out for you. That's great. I haven't tried Juno. Heard mixed things about it from other professionals, but maybe I'm definitely considering some sort of AI tax prep solution for next year. Just to see what's out there, just to make tax returns more efficient, or preparing tax returns. Yeah, to make preparing returns more efficient. Thing is, I'm pretty much out of the prep game. The manager prepared pretty much all the returns this year, and I reviewed. So if I did any sort of AI tax prep, it would be for the benefit of the manager, which is perfectly fine. I want them to be able to work less. If that happens, then maybe you can add more clients easier or work on more clients. But I'm kind of the gatekeeper when it comes to how many returns we can prepare between January and April, because I review everything. I'm at the point where I review everything. So um, I w- I wouldn't. You just got to be careful how many returns I review, I guess. Yeah, because that still takes up a decent amount of time, or it can. Um, all right. Yeah, I'm here. So I'm here to answer any questions. I'm going to be talking about different statistics of like how many returns I've filed this season, how many we got left, how many we extended. Maybe I can dig into how many returns we did last year to see if there's any improvements year over year. I may be able to pull that information pretty quickly. We'll see. So bear with me if not. I'm getting a warning saying, oops, the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that use a stream bit rate of 23,500. Open widget. I don't know what opening a widget is going to do. Maybe I can adjust my stream bit rate. I don't know if I can adjust it while I'm live. Settings, stream. Output, streaming, bitrate. Okay. Current bitrate is about 6K. That's right. That's basically what OBS says. So that's right. So I need it to be 23,500. 23,500 bitrate. All right. Let's see if I can do this while I'm live on stream and I don't nuke the stream. I'm adjusting it. What's everyone? Hope you're having a great 415. It's like I get survivor's guilt because I didn't really have that busy of a busy season compared to probably what a lot of people experienced. So like people are just struggling to cross the finish line, whereas like I'm like, I'm gonna prepare some returns tomorrow, or on Friday, or review some returns, work a little bit because I can. Meanwhile, other people are like, I don't want to touch a return for weeks. So that's just not me. Last year was pretty similar. Thanks to G Baby up in here watching. Good to see you, man. All right, I'm gonna change the bit rate. Hope y'all are still here. See if that messes with anything. Let's see if it actually set in place. Okay, it's at 23,000. Let's see if it gets updated at all. Oh, we're close. Okay. I don't even know what the bit rate is doing. Am I still here? I'm still here. Okay. Hey everyone, I'm just messing with OBS. So I'm just messing with some settings. You can YouTube how to get best YouTube OBS stream settings after. Yes, I've probably done that before. Apply. All right, hopefully that's good. Video and audio are fine. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for helping me out. Okay. Y'all good without any tunes? I usually do tunes, but if y'all are cool without tunes, that's cool with me. What software do I use? I use every single software there is, what it feels like. I use basically UltraTax for my taxes. Yeah, Michael Eckstein feeling the survivor's guilt as well. I want to be an example for what is possible because killing yourself for basically a third of the year is not cool. I don't think that's sustainable for a healthy life, for healthy relationships, mental state, business. Because even though I kind of put my business on hold, my firm business on hold for about 3 months, like there's people that put like life on hold for basically a third of the year, um, like 4 months. I know people have like a fall deadline too, and people are, oh yeah, I do this so I have a nice summer, and I know that's not the case because I'm a business owner, firm owner, and I work over the summer. I don't work a lot, but there's still work to do. So, and you can still arrange things to where you get a good amount of time off and still spread out the work. So, stop valuing what you think your clients might think, and put your needs above your clients, your needs and your family's needs above your clients. Like that's a no-brainer move to do, right? If you're a business owner or firm owner, you can control your business. So hopefully I'm not offending anybody, but uh, it feels really good to work really hard at being able to have an average 8 hours sleep of the last 3 months. If you're wondering where I got that from, it's what I've been talking about like my sleep um, lately. So where am I going? I'm gonna roll, and I'm forgetting it. Uh, yeah, we get stuck, and we feel like we have to do it like everybody else, run a business, run a firm the way everybody else, but you don't have to do that. The norm right now is terrible for you. Um, I'm a big proponent of being able to have a normal life year round. You can still be a little bit busy, but to be, 60-hour a week busy is nuts. I don't Nobody wants that. Nobody truly wants that, I think. I don't think your family would want that, or your spouse. So let's stop that trend. Right? AI should help that, right? AI can solve all of our problems, right? Is that how it works? 25 viewers. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're just the chart on how many viewers we have is just like an uptrend. So thank you so much. If we hit 50, I'm gonna send out a form to collect some emails and do a random drawing for free counter membership. TBD on like the details on that. Or maybe I'll give away a free launch your firm event ticket. Up to y'all. So I'm gonna put a form in the chat in case we do hit 50 at some point, and you want to be a part of the drawing if I do one, just so you don't like miss out. So I put a form in the chat. I think it works. I just set it up pretty much the last minute. Seems super ghetto. So hopefully it works. So fill out that form if you want to potentially win something. I'm only gonna randomly draw someone if we hit 50 concurrent viewers. We're at 25 right now. I'm not like really wanting this 50. That'd be cool, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk about it too much. Someone asked, what kind of clients do I work on? 1040s, 1065s, S corps, accounting clients, random businesses. I have a lot of 1040s. My tax my fees right now are super high. The highest they've ever been. It's $2,000 to work with me. even if you have just a W-2. So I'm trying to attract the crowd that wants a relationship with their accountant. And that's the base level of service that I provide now. Well, I'm just testing it out. I started that at the end of last year. I've had several clients sign up under it so far. So I think it's kind of working. We'll see if I can get more this summer. But is everybody having a good time? Like, is everybody pumped for the rest of spring and the beginning of summer? Anybody going to a cool conference? I'm thinking about going to Scaling New Heights. I'm co-hosting, partnering with the Launch Your Firm guys. That's a kind of a mini conference for firm owners for people who want to launch their own firm and people have launched their firm in the last few years and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Because I think when we start firms, we're really good accountants, but we're not really good business owners, and that's what this in-person event's going to help you with. It's actually going to help you be a better business owner, which is more important than filing taxes or working on accounting, bookkeeping. When it comes to running a business, you got to actually run the business instead of do the work, in my opinion. See ya, Dana. Fill out that form if we ever hit 50, just in case. I'm not going to farm out your emails. If I had to pick Blue Jay or CoCounsel for tax research, it depends. They're completely different animals. So I don't know. There's a lot more questions involved with that. Someone asked, can you refer your marketing agencies over so I never have to do SALT again? Yeah, state and local taxes, do not do those. Like, only work with the clients in states that don't have messy SALT situations. Get out of there if you're having to do a bunch of state returns. Unless you really know how to do them, because that makes a difference. Sunset, I remember one of your videos says your minimum is 2K. How does that work with someone with just a W-2? Just say no, or what do you tell them? Does it come with tax planning? Yeah, so minimum W-2, I'm charging you 2K because you get year-round access to me and IRS notice assistance. So I've got 2 clients that signed up under that package and they just have W-2s and like maybe 1099s. So basically you're selling a relationship. You're not selling a tax return. There's no tax planning in that package. What happened to contractor Brian? He just texted me yesterday. He's like, did you nuke my email? I was like, yeah, I nuked your email. You're gone. Brian, yeah, the manager can do business returns, so I don't need contractor Brian anymore. But he's awesome. He's still cool. We talk to him. I meet up with him and his family every once in a while to hang out. What's your gym split? PPL, upper, lower? Monday, legs. Wednesday, back and biceps. Friday, chest, triceps, and shoulders. Tuesday, I'll either row or bike. Thursday, I'll either row or bike. And I'm going to start running again. So one of those may be replaced with running. Saturday, may run or bike. I'm going to start working out more on Saturdays. Well, maybe I'll try because my daughter started volleyball and there's volleyball games on Saturday morning. So it's a little harder to get that done. Someone said, I know you made a vid about it, but maybe you can tell us a bit about how you chose a tax manager out of like a million candidates. Yeah, I can actually talk about that. So, like, are you asking how I chose them specifically, or why I chose a tax manager versus other position? But hey, everyone, if you're new, if you've never joined a live stream by a tax professional, CPA, it's not too exciting. I'm sorry, I'm not gaming. I could, that'd be really cool to game and y'all watch me game, but that's not what I'm doing today. It's just going to talk about firm ownership, going to answer your questions. I'm going to stream for about 2 hours at least. There's no really special plans this evening. It's a Wednesday, so deadlines in the middle of the week. Deadlines need to always happen on Friday, in my opinion. That just makes more sense. Or maybe Thursday, and then it's easy to take Friday off. But nothing really special happening tonight. It is technically Daddy Back Day, and not like workout, Daddy's going to get a big back day. It's Daddy Comes Back Day. Well, it used to have more meaning when I was working a ton, but it's less meaningful today because I've pretty much had a normal-ish life, family life since January. So I have worked some evenings here and there, but it's after the kids are down. I've worked some Saturdays, so I guess I'll work less Saturdays. That's probably what it could be. Unless I'm making content, I can easily make I could usually spend some of the Saturday morning making content because that's just really fun, my opinion. Okay, so how did I choose my tax manager specifically? So I had a crazy 5-round process, and what the manager, what really helped me narrow down candidates was, and I actually want to make a video about this, more about this, like how to get hired by an accounting firm. And this is how to do it, basically. My manager did a master class in how to get hired by me. Basically, you have to be different than everybody else. How do you be different than everybody else? If your experience is the same, you have to show personality in the way you communicate. So, in your written answers, this manager showed uniqueness in that they were like two of over 200 people that mentioned something about their beliefs. I didn't hire them because of that, but that means they're willing to share something vulnerable about themselves. That was really cool. I appreciated that. Their personality showed through their writing, and I did like a video portion. Like, I made candidates submit a video answering a couple of questions, and they just killed it on the video as well. So divine intervention, I don't know. It was pretty tough, honestly, because everybody starts sounding the same eventually. But this person just stood out so much to me. It's a girl. Sorry, I've already kind of talked about that. It's a girl. I'm trying to. Sometimes I try to be gender neutral because I forget that I've told everybody it's a girl. So she's great, and her identity is not really known to people. And versus G Baby, I was like, here's G Baby to the world, and he became like infamous. Gary became infamous. So I wanted to see what it was like to kind of keep things private for the manager, and I just didn't want people to be potentially weird about it. And if they're not known, they get less spam emails, which is amazing. So I can protect them from spam emails. I get so much spam. Like every day I mark like 10 emails as spam, basically, in my Outlook. I have like this supposedly like email blocker. But anyways, so hopefully that helps with how I picked the manager. Just be really good. Try to be different in some way. Like there were some really cool candidates that helped me keep them around until like the final stages. I also did an aptitude test. I think like a technical skills test. So I did that as a final round, and I only did it for her because she was the last one to make it, because it's kind of expensive. I don't want to spend like $300 per candidate. So I was gonna have the final pick, take the test, and if they like got dominated by it, then I'd probably have to find another person and then repeat the tests essentially. Because the whole goal was for them to be able to prepare returns, to communicate with the client, and basically have the return done for me to review. And I review it, no change, boom, send it off. So, and that pretty much happened this year, this season. So really neat. Let's talk about some stats, eh? Not Jason stats, but some tax return stats. Like, how many returns do we have to do still? How many returns have we done? Like, are we behind? Let's see. I prepared 14 S Corp returns, completed. 2 of those were mine. I've completed about 78 1040s. Some of those are friends and family. 3 partnership returns, 1 trust, and 1 estate. I did an estate return this year. So overall, about 84 returns have been prepped. Actually, that might be about 85 because I don't know if I've marked this 1 return yet completed that I just got an e-file acceptance for. So I'll mark that completed. So extended, what do we have on the extension list? Have about 30 1040s left, and a lot of those are started. A good handful of those are started, and basically 3 of them are done, like waiting for e-signatures. Like I extended them, but just didn't get e-signatures. Maybe I did it. Something popped in. Oh, okay, this one client e-sign, so I'll e-file that later if I remember, but it's extended. Whew. Got some messages from clients that I'll check later. So I really didn't. So that's about 80-ish plus 30-ish total. So there's probably about like 110 projects, if my math is right, between 110 and 120, which is pretty low. That might have been similar to what last year. So I fired my biggest client, and they had like 10 different projects, almost tax projects. So that's going to drop things, and a good amount of people didn't come back, like 10 to 15. And usually the churn rate for all accounting firms is about 15%. So that makes sense. If I had a little over 100 clients last year, about 15 normally just their situation changes. They don't need you anymore. They don't want you anymore. They're tired of you. They don't like your video summaries. You cost too much, and they just leave. They get married, their spouse doesn't want to work with you, etc. So churn happens. It's whatever. It's life. But I think around 15% of churn every year is normal. That's perfectly fine. Replace them with better clients. That's what you got to do. Now you have capacity for better clients, which is cool. Which is great, right? That's great. I'm talking a lot, so I'm really thirsty. 1120 with M3, any percent world record percent attempt. What do you mean, McKenna? 11. I didn't have any with M3s. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Watching this live stream makes me feel like I am one of the fish in the Bass Pro Shop fish tank. It's a good one. Yeah, only 14. So only 14. Which number was that? Was that 1040 S Corps? Because yeah, I don't have that many business clients. Had more last year. All I gotta say is like the less clients, the better. Because that means less people asking what you need, like questions. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you have a ton of people asking questions, it takes a lot of time to address them all. Less clients, more money per client is the way to go. So yeah, revenue is going to be down quite a bit this year unless I can really step it up with business client acquisition. What's up, Caleb? Entire Kaz office is watching this live stream right now. Dude, should I do a dance break? I feel like I should. Mr. Spanky Van knows who the tax manager is. I think I know who that is. So yes, you do know who it is. I feel like it's time for a dance. Let's mix it up a little bit because it's been almost an hour. It's been a little dry lately. I gotta find a good dance song though, where I won't get copyrighted. Not that that really matters. See, that's too serious. That's cool song, but it's too chill. Does it have to be synthwave? Yes. It has to. And I guess it doesn't really doesn't matter if I'm copyrighted. Thanks everybody for joining me. This is a live stream and it's a CPA doing a live stream. So whatever your expectations are, just lower them. Trying to find a great song. Songs that I really want to do would like ban this video from ever being published. I'm gonna find a good one. I know that's why y'all are here. You know who's never done a live stream like this? Jason Stats. Just saying. He's the voice of the accounting profession. But is it really? the tone of the song is just making me very like aggressive, like just disrespectful. Woo. All right, we almost have 30 people watching the live stream. Thanks everybody for joining me. We're in our dance break part, but just trying to find the right vibe, you know? Jason doesn't even have a firm anymore. That's right. Not sure he even remembers what the deadlines are. Yes. No, Jason does a lot for a profession. I probably wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Jason. So, love you, bro. Don't think I'm, don't think I have any really true ill will versus Jason. But we can dog on him, right? He's in the public eye. We can diss him all we want. All right, I'm not finding a song, y'all. I'm sorry. It's got to be right. Maybe I'll y'all are still here. Thank you so much. I was afraid everybody was going to leave after that. Whew. Man, I got my cardio for today. Had to darken it up a little bit. There we go. Is that sad that I'm like out of breath? Okay, how's everybody doing now? Are we good? We loosened up? I haven't even had anything to drink. Hopefully you have, because that's some rough dancing. Okay, we've been going for almost an hour. We have at least an hour to go. Just went over my tax return filing stats. How much did I do last year? I think I did about the same last year. Honestly, let's see if I can figure that out easily. Let's see if there's like a big difference. That's what I'm most concerned about. Like, can you see a big difference in let's see here, like completed files by 4/15. Sorry, I can't do stuff and talk at the same time. So I'm gonna go into my project management, aka Airtable. Look under completed projects. Ooh, this might be too. Maybe I can filter by date and last modified. Is shoot. Okay, maybe I can't figure this out very easily. I should have pulled these numbers earlier. Maybe I can just ungroup them and then sort by date mark completed. Yeah. Okay. 4/15, select all these. Oh. There's about 80. Oh, we're pretty similar. Okay. Less than 80. So we prepared less than 80 returns by 4/15 last year. And this year, we've prepared a little over 80. So we're ahead of the game, yo. All right. Woo-woo. Okay. All right, I'm finally catching my breath. Whew. Someone said, I was always curious what CPAs do after tax season. Now I know. Yeah, we just dance. Someone asked, I'm a longtime bookkeeper trying to make the jump to tax. Other than showing up with the degree and the EA, do you have any advice? Trying to bookkeeper, trying to be tax preparer. Yeah. Try to work with somebody or get a mentor or join a community of other accountants like Counter. That says my cardio came from yelling at my client's previous preparer for filling a blank extension. Out of breath. What's wrong with the blank extension? Aren't all extensions blank? Carl says, gotta go watch the kids for my wife's dentist appointment. Glad got to see the dance before jumping off. Thank you, Carl. Good job this season. Thanks for joining us. Whew. Man, I was feeling it, that dance. That was pretty sweet. I'm pretty pumped about that dance. All right, what else should I talk about, y'all? Usually my desk is pretty clean, but to the next to me, I have a bunch of mail for my own return and credit card. I'm trying to travel hack this year. Yeah, I've got a bunch of tax. So I extended my firm's tax return and my personal return. Last year I did the same, but the year before that I was on top of it, and I think I filed on time because I was a baller, I guess. Things were less complicated, I feel like, but my firm return's pretty much done, I think. Just got to double check stuff, you know, and my personal return is close to being done as well. So hopefully I'll do that over the summer. When you're a business owner, like, filing taxes isn't as fun anymore because you don't get a refund, and if you get a refund, you're doing it wrong. You're not making enough money. Because if you're a business owner, you're just constantly paying taxes and rolling it over into the next year, unless you commit tax fraud. So if you get a refund, you're either committing tax fraud or you're not making enough money. When I was solo, how did I handle days off? Curious as someone dreaming of taking the leap. How did I handle days off? Can you dive into that question a little more? Like, what happens? Because when you take days off, you just have a set and out of office. Yeah, set and out of office. Just don't respond to them. People understand. It's a reasonable thing for someone to be sick and not email you back, right? Am I oversimplifying that? That just seems a little very simple. Or if I have a big deadline and get sick, well, you probably just tell people that, hey, I'm really sick and I can't do this. That says extension should estimate tax liability to be considered valid. A zero extension could be invalid. Plus, we can't e-file an extension with payment for the client. They will have to pay some other way. You can't e-file an extension with payment for a client. Yeah, who does that? Don't pay your own client's taxes. Is that what happens? Like, you can't have the client pay an extension amount, because they could still use IRS direct pay to make the extension payment, right? I have never paid tax on behalf of a client. Maybe one client where it was like a state thing. But I've never set up some sort of payment on behalf of the client for their taxes. Like, that just feels so, like, there's so much risk involved with that. Unless I'm getting paid like $1,000 to do that, there's no way I'm doing that. And Matt, I know you filed a blank extension. Who hasn't not filed a blank extension before? Like, I feel like if you really took time to estimate all those extensions, then the world would explode. Like, there's not enough time to do that. The economy would completely stop. I know that's a weird comparison, but like every firm I've been to, we've done blank extensions. I don't think I've seen anybody ever had an extension where it was like not allowed because it was blank. Since that, I mean zero balance due, but we put the estimated tax and payments on the forms, not just blank. Yeah, you can do that. JP says your answer is simple, but also probably right. I've just been in PA too long. Yeah, the thing is, like, we get too far in our heads when it comes to worrying about what clients will think, how they'll react to things, and when it's just like common business things, common, I don't know, it's just a common thing in life. Like we get in this bubble, accountants get in this bubble where we think like, oh, we can't do this because of what will the client think. So yeah, I get a lot of questions around that, like, well, what do you do in this case? Well, you do what, like, the most reasonable thing, and that's usually how I do things. If you're upfront with the client and honest and transparent, then they usually understand. And if they don't understand and they're unreasonable, then you don't have to work with them. It's kind of, yeah. All right. The vibe is shifting. I want to hear some cool plans that y'all have, or, is anyone doing something special this week to celebrate? Like going out somewhere really nice, or maybe they bought a really nice drink, or they have a really sweet vacation coming up here. Like, what's going on? We're currently trying to plan a family vacation. I have a conference planned, in-person event, launch your firm event in May, end of May. I'm probably going to go to the tax retreat because it's in San Antonio, and that's like an hour and a half drive for me. But anybody else going to the tax retreat? Anybody even know what the tax retreat is, or launch your firm event, or any other conferences? Ooh, going to AICP Engage. I haven't been in a few years, but it was pretty fun when I went. Vacation to Puerto Rico. Sick. What car are you going to get, Keith? Moving to Belgium. Dang. That's cool. Family vacay, TBD. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out because it's going to be probably in June, and we need some good weather, so it's got to be in some sort of moderate weather area. Words are hard right now. Somewhere where it's cool, because I'm in Texas, Central Texas, and June can be hot. Not the hottest, not like July or August, but it's probably in the 90s in June, or low 90s. So anywhere that's like 80 and below would be nice, because if we're going somewhere, if we have a choice where to go, we're going to go somewhere cooler, probably in the US, because we don't have passports for the kids. I got to get mine renewed. I haven't used my passport since like 10 years ago, and it's definitely expired. All right. Where else? Where else? Someone's going to Jason's Stats event in May. Awesome. Yeah, go to Jason's event, his Jason on Firms, Jason Live event. Those are really good. I went to one last year. I may try to make the Austin one, but it's like right before the Launch Your Firm event in May. So I I don't know if I'll be able to make it, if I can swing it, because it's an all day event. It's like morning to evening, but those are really cool. Sorry, messaging my manager. She told her husband to troll me on the live stream. Oh, supposed to do a honeymoon. That's pretty important. Highly recommend doing one of those. Keith, I recommend getting a Crown Vic Police Interceptor if you need a car recommendation. That's the only car I would recommend for you. It's the only car that you need, honestly. So you can find them in local auctions, most likely, for police departments or counties. But yeah, has anybody been to Scaling New Heights? I'm thinking about going to that. I should probably figure that out because it's in July or maybe middle of June as well. Should probably figure that out soon. Yep. You can only buy Crown Vics. That's the only thing you can do. Yeah, why not? You could probably get one for 5K and under. And then drive it for more than 10 years. I've been driving mine since 2014, which is crazy. I feel like it's almost time, but it's still running. It's still running. Like I'll keep driving it basically, unless I make a crap ton of money, then I'll keep driving it. I mean a lot of money to make me not want to drive it because it's just a fun car to drive. I'm a simple man. If anybody doesn't know, I drive a old police car. It's a 2006 Crown Vic Police Interceptor. It's all white. I've had it since 2014. I bought it from an auction. I didn't even see it in person. I bought it solely based off the pictures on the internet, and it had 115,000 miles. It has about 186,000 miles now, and it costs $2,600. So it's basically the best financial decision I've ever made, one of them, because I haven't really had to do that many repairs to it. Like all in all, $5,000 or less for any sort of like maintenance related tires, repairs, brakes. Like I did a lot of my I did a lot of the work myself, so that probably helps. But also, I was in a wreck early on where I was almost T-boned, but they hit the back side of my car, like in the rear on the side. And you can't really tell still that it happened. You can see kind of a little indentation, but their insurance paid me it was like $1,500. So, the car is basically paid for itself. It's not a crap box, Steve. This thing is amazing, all right? Never say that about Crown Vics. It's just a baller of a car. It's big. Like you don't feel bad if somebody dings their door into you, which I'm pretty sure people do it on purpose because there are so many door dings on it, or it feels like it. I guess it's just common. Yeah, you don't feel bad about when that happens, and you can get it real dirty. the paint's kind of messed up, starting to get more messed up. So you don't wash it as much, you don't care. But it fits 2 car seats nicely. It's got a V8. It's got some nice upgraded mufflers. Wow, I'm starting to talk about cars a little too much. Sorry, everybody. Just buy one. You never know what treasures await. All right, so what was the hardest thing for y'all this tax season? What were some hard things? For me, it was messing up the scheduling system where I didn't properly communicate for business note for clients that I had prepared their return and for their personal and their business. I just didn't communicate enough where clients needed to know that they have to schedule their business return and their personal return separately. So multiple clients scheduled one time, and it kind of messed things up a little bit, maybe in like February. But after that, everything was smooth. Like it worked out. So we scheduled like 10 returns a week this year. And there were like 4 weeks. Well, first of all, my manager went on vacation in the middle of January, like the middle to end of January. So keep that in mind. And we still pulled this off flawlessly. There were 2 weeks before the March 15th deadline where there weren't returns scheduled, and 2 weeks before April 15th deadline where returns weren't scheduled. I may put a couple here and there in March, just to fit some people in where there was miscommunication. But so that goes to show you, like, we did it right. I think the flow of things, like 10 per week, was really good rhythm for us. We could have done more. See, if I wasn't like running 2 other businesses, probably could have done more than 10. And I think my manager pulled off more than 10 each week. And she probably could have done more. She's super quick and efficient. So really is on me to review the returns quickly. And generally I would within 5 days of getting them once they were ready to review. But it worked out great. Like I'd probably keep it at 10 next year as well. Maybe even drop it down. So there's less technically scheduled. And at this rate, there'll probably be less because I'm losing clients. I need to add some clients. Too much churn. Technically, it's been a normal amount of churn, okay? But need to replace the churn and the clients that I fired last year. That's how they scheduled business and personal as one unit. Yeah, that just makes it too, I don't know, that makes it really hard because you have to have all the personal stuff in and the business stuff in. So I feel like it'd be best to have the business returns scheduled separately. And I'm definitely going to make sure that happens next year. Nick said this was my first year doing it. Did you do the scheduling system? What brand of 12-volt drill do you own? I am thinking of buying a DeWalt. I've got what everybody hates on. The Ryobi, the green one. Everybody hates on the green one because it's like the cheapest. This is the most affordable, I feel like. But they are owned by the same company that Milwaukee is owned by. And I'm not like professional, so I'm not really using it that much. How's everybody doing? What's up? Thanks for joining us. Nothing's going on LinkedIn right now. Nothing's going on X. I was joking around yesterday that I'm thinking about switching careers, leaving public accounting for something less stressful like day trading. That was a joke. because yesterday it just seemed like everything was falling apart. It really wasn't, but it was just like one thing after another, after another, after another. Because the week before the deadline and leading up to the deadline, you're really not like working on that many projects, just like managing clients and communications, and just like all hits at once. It's like the crescendo of client communications. So sometime later today, I'm gonna send out an email to clients saying like, hey, make sure you pay quarterlies and your taxes if you owe anybody. Yeah. It's getting warm in here, so my office feels like a sauna sometimes. I'm gonna kind of open the door a little bit more. There we go. I've been thinking about getting like a mini split just for the office because it gets like super warm in the summer because there's 3 windows to the right of me, and I guess just the AC doesn't pump in enough, and I don't keep the upstairs too cold during the day. I probably could just turn it down more and waste a bunch of AC, but that's just me. That says they extend 100% of the clients to make that work, along with run-up tax projection in the fall. We're also a bookkeeping firm first. Nice. Yes, that's the way to do it. What was my initial client source? I would be coming from an industry job and haven't had contact with several of my old clients from the firm I left for at least a couple of years. My initial client source was a local CPA firm. So utilize other professionals that have too much work. I'm wondering if in the next few years we'll see more firms that have been like completely out of capacity, like filled up, if their return count is going to drop because of AI. Like if you're a tax firm mill, tax return mill, I don't know whatever you call it. You prepare a lot of 1040s, simple 1040s for like $300 each. Like AI is coming for you because there's no relationship there. I think the key for the future of our profession is to establish a human relationship versus just trying to do the tax return. And that's why I'm shifting to more advisory services first versus just tax return services in my beginning package. And that's the way to go, in my opinion. Like AI is gonna work into more of that type of client. I think we'll see. We'll find out. I'm company secretary working in India, planning to do CPA, but I'm a little bit confused regarding U.S. opportunity sponsorship. Can you guide me? Nope. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. I'm U.S. based, so. Oh, you're regarding U.S. opportunity sponsorship. I'm not really sure. It's going to be a tough market. I'll just say that. There are some relations in big return mills, but certainly nothing like advisory. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like the ones that maybe do like in-person prep where like you're face to face, like live preparing the return. You could definitely build relationships off that. I'm running out of water, guys. And we still got at least 30 more minutes. I should text my wife. Help. Help. Or get one of my girls to fill up some water. Maybe they'll make an appearance soon. They like to photobomb on the live streams. All right, so I got some start, stop, and continues built up for over this tax season. Do any of y'all do that during tax season? You make a list of what you need to change. If you don't, you probably should. Think of that right now or in the next couple of days, because it's the only way to improve year over year. There's always improvements, like I've never gone a year where I'm like, you know what, everything went perfect. Like there's always like a question that I need to reword or some sort of process that I just need to change. A lot of that has to do with the scheduling system. People still aren't like 100% sure what to do there, even though I've bombarded them with the communication around it. That's why we have jobs, people, because people don't pay attention and follow instructions. They're expecting us to do that. So there's some things I need to clarify on my questionnaire, like around the IP pin, which is the worst thing to ever happen to tax returns, in my opinion. There are so many returns where we had to follow up about the IP pin. Either like it's in the questionnaire, but we just don't realize that they needed one. So had to follow up on lots of those types of clients. Need to improve clarification on unearned income for dependents, because there's always confusion there, it seems like. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, like right on the cusp of sneezing, and it's the worst. I need a HSA/IRA contribution question clarification. Like I included both of those, included HSA and IRA in the same question, and that was probably too much. I need to create a new request list item, the IP pin. Woo woo. Best thing ever. And then I just have notes about the software that I used. I used TaxCaddy. Just hoping they improve some of their softwares situations. Who thinks they have the best tax intake software? Tell me what it is. Because what I've come to realize, like, there's no perfect thing. And I don't know if there ever will be, unfortunately. Like, it's not that hard in my opinion, but software companies can't do it. I just don't know. See you, Matt. Love you, man. Hopefully I'll see you at the tax retreat if you're going, if I go as well. Have a good evening. Get some rest, brother. Thanks for joining me. Thank you everyone for joining a tax stream, or sorry, a CPA live stream. I try to do these every deadline. So I think I've been doing these since 2022, maybe that was my first one. There was one live stream where I flew my drone live inside of the house, which was a mistake because I hit the wall with the drone propellers and it kind of scuffed up the wall a little bit. That wasn't cool. I don't notice it these days, which is good, the scuff mark, but that was probably not okay to do, but it was hilarious. So what I did was I like put the camera face down on the remote controller for the drone, and I was flying the drone in here, because on the drone controller you can see where the drone is. The drone has a camera on it, so y'all could see live where I was flying it. I was flying it in here, and I flew it out of here downstairs into the kitchen where my family was, and it was just chaos because it just kicks up a lot of wind And so just like I'm blowing papers and stuff everywhere off the tables. And it was hilarious. That was live. It was awesome. Oh, JP, you were there for that, JP? Oh my gosh. Oh man, been here from the start. That's awesome. Yeah, that was hilarious. And I I should do that again. Let's do it again. There's probably, I think newer drone versions allow you to like connect it to a computer, and so maybe that facilitate that easier, like somehow connect it live. Uh, that's awesome. But I flew it inside the house and I still got connection. The thing is, I would have flown it outside the house, but I was afraid of losing remote control connection, which wouldn't be too cool. So I don't know if y'all celebrate. Today is technically Daddy Back Day for my girls. We actually, it's on the calendar, but we haven't really expressed it to the girls. But my wife made a sick carrot cake that we'll be eating, which I don't think the girls like to begin with. I love carrot cake, and so my wife made an awesome carrot cake that we're gonna eat tonight. And so Daddy Back Day just signifies that Dad is back to normal, even though it's been pretty normal with the help of the manager and the scheduling system. So, oh, while I'm here, does anybody play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? Because I've been trying to find a squad to play with, and this is on Xbox strictly, but I'd love to squad up with you if that's the case. I'm trying to squad up with my manager's husband, but he needs a new Xbox. So maybe we can start a new GoFundMe to support his Xbox purchase, because the new Xbox is like $600, I feel like, or it's really close to that. Yeah, first world problems? I don't know. Romeo was talking about drills still. Okay. Didn't expect to be put onto a different drill brand this live stream. Ryobi, dude. Check out Ryobi. Honestly, I just go by the colors. Like, Ryobi has the coolest color, in my opinion, that green. So there was like kind of a really light blue. I think that's Makita. Sorry if I butchered that. But we got the green right here, the neon green. It's either neon green or neon blue, which are sick. I don't know if y'all have seen my website, but my website is like a throwback to 90s. If y'all were here on the 315 stream, y'all know what I'm talking about, because I talked about my website for a long time. But I'm just gonna show y'all. Check it out. Isn't that sick? Like, look at these colors. Going for the retro vibe. Look, I have a video. That's me. I'm wondering if I should put this video at the top. Should the video be right here? Because it's way down here. I don't know. There's me. This picture is a little dated now. 2018? No. This picture was taken like 2019. Or, well, it might have been 2020. Not that it really matters. I don't know why I'm talking about this so much, but about 6 years old. I should probably update that. But look at that clean face. I think I went more clean face back then, and now I'm more stubble. See, like right there, you can kind of see it. highly recommend making a video going over who you're a fit for and who you're not for your website, for potential clients. Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Well, we've consistently had almost 20 viewers this whole stream. Thanks everybody for joining. If you're new here, my name is Logan Graff. I'm a CPA. I run a firm out of Lander, Texas, which is just outside of Austin. And I also create content for other accountants. You can be a firm owner. You cannot be a firm owner. I love entertaining people and just helping people think about how to run accounting firm better and be a better accountant in general. But I'm counter narrative to traditional ways of public accounting. And so that's why I called my firm my community of firm owners and wannabe firm owners called Counter. And we're counters because we count things. But yeah. All right. I need an updated picture with a mustache. I bet that would help. I do have one. I feel like I do have a good picture with mustache. I feel like the mustache really helps with authority, and like other dudes really appreciate it. I don't know if women really appreciate it. They're probably neutral to it, but I feel like other dudes, you have instant credibility when you have a mustache with dudes. So, and I used to have, just the other day, I had a homeless beard. It was looking very rough, and a homeless haircut. And I just got a haircut yesterday. That's why it's kind of out of control right now, because it was a lot of hair. Now I look a lot better. This mustache won't be that permanent. I kind of do mustaches like twice a year. All right, chat says, I did not originally major in accounting and want to get my CPA. Should I get my master's in accounting or business? Thoughts? If you want to run a business one day, get an MBA. Because you're going to be better business owner with an MBA versus like a master's in accounting. My opinion. Jason Stats, he doesn't have a master's in accounting. He has an MBA. Just saying, look at him. I think that probably would help you get out of the accountant bubble, think bubble, accounting industry think bubble, because you don't want to think like an accountant when you run a business, in my opinion. And so only having accounting knowledge and skills gets you stuck in that bubble. So we got Poppet. Thanks everybody for your questions. Really great questions. I've got a lot of video ideas and a lot of videos I want to make this summer. A lot of them are around like how to get hired by a CPA firm or accounting firm. Kind of questions about hiring that I didn't answer in my hiring series. So check that out. It's a 4-part series on hiring. I've never done that. I've never done a series like that before. Really proud of those videos. They're very easy to watch. So check them out, please. Watch them all right now or right after this stream. What else? I just have like an idea bank where I have all these ideas that I want to make videos on. So I'm ready to tap into some of those this summer. And yeah. Also, the Nick White, you don't have to get a CPA. That's a big hurdle. If you want to own a firm one day, you don't have to get a CPA. Like you could still get an MBA, but man, a CPA is a lot of time. So if you're single and you don't have kids, go for it. If you're married, think about it more. If you're married with kids, it's going to be hard because it's a lot of time. It's a lot of info. There's just so much to learn. After I graduated college with a master's in accounting in May or June, whatever, I then spent the next 4 to 6 months studying full time, 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, for the CPA exam. I passed all of them my first try. However, I got a 75. So it was close, super close. Perfect score, but it was close. So that shows you how much time commitment that is. I'm not the smartest person in the room, though. So if you're really smart, then you probably don't need to study as much. But it was rough. So seems like the only way to be taken seriously is a CPA. It helps. It definitely helps. But only for street cred. Like on the surface, it's very surface level. People really don't know what a CPA even does. So it's very surface level. They don't actually understand what it means. But I think you can run an accounting firm or a financial services firm, depending on your state rules, without a CPA and get far. Like if you look at the like the modern accounting firms that are very techy, like Pilot and Bench, they're not CPA firms. I think it's all about positioning yourself and lead generation. Michael Eckstein says, Logan's being really political because he knows I'm in the chat. Michael Eckstein is an EA, enrolled agent. So you could also be an EA instead of a CPA. EAs helps with the credibility. People don't even know what EAs are either. So they know more about CPAs than EAs, but EA still helps with the credibility. Do you have to get an EA? No. Does it help? Probably. So it's just like the amount of time that you spend studying for the CPA, how much time could you be spending in client acquisition instead and working on your skills, actual accounting skills that you'll actually use for running a firm? So think about that. I don't know, but I have a CPA, so I think I'm at an advantage. But if you, let's see, I'm going to go to my website real quick. If you go to my website, CPA is mentioned 11 times. So I guess I do kind of stress it. I lean into it. It's one of the first things you see, your modern CPA partner. But you could say your modern, depending on your state rules, accounting partner, your modern tax partner. You can reword that to kind of get around it a little bit. Yeah, if you had a CPA, EA, and a JD, that would help you out a bunch. All right, I need some water. I'm going to message the wife. Can you help me with some water? My cup is empty. Maybe one of the girls can fetch me some water. What else are kids there for other than bringing you drinks? I don't know. Just kidding. Just kidding. There is another YouTuber who has all those. I follow her, but I can't. Jasmine DeLuca? Or DeLucci? Jasmine DeLucci? Jasmine DeLucci. Yeah, Jasmine DeLucci. DeLucci. She's big on YouTube. Oh my goodness. A random video showed up. 3 social media influencers that the IRS should audit. She's on there, but I don't know what that means. Yeah, Jasmine is sick, man. She has Tax Leverage. That's her YouTube channel. She has 621,000 subscribers. That's crazy. I would love to have a channel like hers. That was like why I created this YouTube channel, was to do a bunch of tax content. And I couldn't grow it as fast as I could grow like firm ownership content. So I kind of pivoted. But I always admire her account. It's just bonkers. Like, she's got over 1,000 videos. That's wild. Here, I'm gonna share my screen so y'all understand what I'm looking at. Yeah, check that out. 1,000 videos. She's a JD, a CPA, and a EA. You're kind of just at that point, like you're just a show off if you have all 3 of those. She's great. Yeah. She's very smart. She does her thing. Debunks a bunch of stuff. She wears red. I feel like she wore blue at some point. There's a blue shirt. Okay, I guess she's starting to go more into the red. That's her color now. Which makes, oh, she's wearing a white shirt there. Okay. Mostly red. I know this is the type of content y'all are here for. See you, Romeo. Thanks for joining me. So when I make content, the outfit definitely is one of the annoying parts. And I wear this shirt a lot because it's like one of my favorite shirts and it's comfy. But if I could wear the same shirt every time, I would totally would, and I probably should. So just because, I don't know, for brand recognition, maybe that's why you do it. But this has been lucky brand. I've got like a different color of this exact same shirt, but it's the best. Pearl snaps. All right, 4:13. How's everybody doing? Is everybody's e-file done? I had a client email like, hey, did you file everything? So I'm going to respond to them because everything is extended. Sorry, just answering a client email. No big deal. Okay. Yeah, state returns are super annoying. You may not hear till tomorrow, basically, if they're accepted. So that's unfortunate. That's super annoying. Um, Thankfully, I don't work with too many states because I'm in Texas. Whoop, whoop. Anybody else in Texas here that's watching? Anybody into bourbon? I am definitely going to make me an old fashioned this weekend. Most likely Friday or Saturday night. All right, we are slowing down a little bit. Hope everyone is doing great and that they've had a great day. Do y'all have any content recommendations to make? Like any sort of videos that y'all'd like me to create? Content to do? Should they be like skits or YouTube shorts or anything? Anything, y'all. I'm down for anything. Hmm. Three old-fashioned lunch. Whew. That'd be rough. I could potentially do two. Michael, what's your drink of choice? Martini? Martini, shaken, not stirred. Tequila, says JP. Tequila is nice. I had a, was it a mezcal flight in Vegas last time I was there? Is there another drink that's like tequila, but it's not mezcal? I'm trying to think of it. If I don't know if it was mezcal or not. It was super good. El Tesoro. That sounds familiar. Okay. Yeah. Manager's handling some client comms, which is awesome. I'm just double checking everything. Like I saw messages come in from clients and Tax Caddy. So I'm just double checking, making sure everything's good. They've already got it under control. Look at that. Amazing. Things are looking nice, everyone. Things are filed. Things are getting filed. Whew. Feels good. There's only about 30 projects left. And 5 to 10 of those are already started. So we're looking good. And the ones that are left aren't that big of returns. Some of them are kind of returns. There are some hairy ones, but they're not that bad. We got this. I'm wondering, like, how many returns do y'all have left? Do y'all have a lot? JB asks, for the vids, if you haven't already done, maybe you can do one on your project management, set up an Airtable. Yeah, I've thought about that. It's really hard to because there's all this client data in it. So I would have to like recreate it and then put a bunch of fake clients in there. Otherwise, it'd be really hard. Or maybe I could try to blur stuff out and remove client data. But I would, like, it works for me. I go back and forth on like, should I have something else because I have a team member, and I don't know if it's the best solution when you have a team. When you solo, Airtable is great, but when you have a team, it's kind of iffy. All right, Chad asks, hi, my background is art, working in back office since 6 years in Dubai. Now I have enrolled in CPA. Is it worth it for me? Yes, it is. All right, my wife must have not seen my messages about the water. There's only a drop left. Which was partially creatine, which is not going to help with my hydration. Whew. Any special meals that y'all are making? So tonight we have scheduled, usually Wednesday night, we've started a rhythm of making burger bowls. So burger bowls on Wednesday, and then breakfast tacos on Thursday. I don't know, I'm like a creature of habit. I could do breakfast tacos on Thursday, Thursday night. I've been doing that for years. So we're talking like bacon, hash browns, eggs, cheese. Am I missing anything? I think that's it. Hey, oh, the water's here. Woo-hoo. Thank you. I was dying, girls. Look, I was out of water. You want to say hi? We got a cowgirl in here. Look, I'll show you where you are in the video. See right there? This is Lainey. Say hi. And this is Rowan. Rowan's the oldest one. What grade are you in, Rowan?
Second.
Got a second grader. And Lainey, what grade are you going to be in in the fall? Are you going to start school? Yeah. What's it called? Kindergarten. Yeah.
At Founders.
Yep. So we're going to have 2 schoolgirls and a baby. So the day's going to be a little quieter without Lainey joining us. Lainey's got some sweet tattoos. Are you shy about them now? Well, thank you, girls. Do you mind taking this back down now that I got water? Thank you, Ro. Bye, girls. Future YouTubers there, or tax professionals, could be both. Woo. Whew. Y'all talking for over an hour straight is hard when you don't have water. What's up, CLDR16? He says, really appreciate you making content. You pushed me to open my own firm. Who knew the easiest part was actually doing the work? Haha, that's awesome. Yes, doing the tax return work is the easiest part. It's like the best part because it's like you know how to do it so well. Everything else is like, oh shoot, never been taught how to do this. Thank you so much for your feedback and that awesome encouragement, support. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm so transparent, is to really help encourage the next generation of firm owners. And although I don't recommend owning a firm to everybody, I do, and accounting in general, but If we can have more firm owners, the better, in my opinion. Less Big Four clients, the better. Big 10, whatever you call them. They have too much work, anyways. They don't need that much work. But I also support good quality of life as an accountant. So hopefully that's helping somebody out in some way. Someone asked, do I like Drake Tax? Or Christopher asked, do I like Drake Tax or Ultra Tax? I'm the Ultra Tax. Never used Drake. They're basically the opposite from a price perspective. So Drake is like maybe one of the cheapest, and Ultra Tax is one of the most expensive. I've never used Drake, so I have no really opinion on that. But I know it's like a sixth of the price of Ultra Tax, basically. Like all in all, I pay Thomson Reuters like $20K a year, I feel like, in tax software related costs. Like 15 is probably between 15 and 20K. It's a lot of money. I could be butchering that number, and that's including Tax Caddy in there as well. I may be doing that, mixing those up, but it's a lot. Versus Drake is like unlimited everything for like $3,000. It's crazy. Like that includes like states, business returns, extensions. It's so cheap. Thing is, Ultra Tax has if you do like a 3-year contract, it's super cheap for those 3. Super cheap is like relative, but cheap. And then they like double the price on you afterwards, which is the lamest thing ever, in my opinion. But I like it. So I like the software. Again, there's like kind of no perfect software out there. No one's ever going to do everything. No one's ever going to do anything the best, which sucks. Like maybe AI is eventually going to get there. Eventually, but I don't know. It's crazy. Like, I wonder how many people really think about AI versus just the people that are chronically online, like LinkedIn and X, or maybe even like Reddit. Because, like, does the general public really know like the possibilities of AI, especially when it comes to taxes? There's probably some stats out there around like who's like using AI for taxes versus not. But I think it's way it's overblown when it comes to AI taking over. I think it's overblown in my opinion, but because it's been around since 2022, like ChatGPT, is that when that really started? And I don't know if we're there yet when it can do everything, because there's so many softwares you have to deal with. There's so many different like human interactions. That's the thing, is when it comes to interacting with another person, maybe if you had an AI chat with another AI, like if your clients had an AI and that AI would chat with a tax return solution provider's AI, then that could potentially work. But there's some clients that where you have to explain it like a million times on like, hey, this is how a deduction works, or hey, I actually need this and not this. So when there's a human element involved, it gets really you need another person, in my opinion. I'm 32, working in a back office job in Dubai with no accounting background, and recently started CPA. With AI growing, is CPA still worth it? Will I face job issues due to my age and background? Probably. Everyone probably will eventually. So I don't know. If you're just now starting, I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. But I don't think we're there yet in the next few years. JP says, I've seen other CPAs post things like, I got burned by my AI because I used the tax advice to spit out at me. Like, oh, snap. Yeah, you always got to verify. There's always some level of verification. And any other professional that's using AI is going to verify it first. Like if you're, it's almost like AI is only good at, to the level of your knowledge. So like if you don't have like a lot of knowledge in tax, you don't know if they are is my stream still going? Yeah, it is. Okay, they don't know if it's right or not. So like if you've never done taxes before and AI gives you an answer and you think it's right, and it could be completely wrong because you don't actually know the knowledge. That's the thing, is you have to have someone verifying it. That's going to be the case for lawyers, for software engineers, for artists, like for everything. There's still going to be some sort of human element to it. But I think AI can definitely help with work in general. But sorry, we're talking a lot about AI. Let's change the subject, shall we? I got some water now. Hope everyone's doing great. There's one there's one return I can e-file that I may do later. Not going to do it right now, but I may do it later. Sorry, I'm just checking the emails, just making sure nothing's blowing up while I'm hanging out with y'all. Emailing a client. I always appreciate when clients follow up about things because it just shows they care. And that means you have someone has your back, basically. Like if you honestly forget about their project and they're asking like, hey, just want to make sure, and they like remind you, that's a great thing. Versus like them never answering you and then they fall through the cracks somehow. So I'd rather have someone following up on stuff than not. That's what I was just replying to a client. They're just double checking that extensions were filed. So really appreciate that. I'm not being sarcastic if it sounds like I am. All right, well, it's 4:30. Said I was going to stream for 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Thank you everyone for joining. JP, you've been here from the start, so thank you, brother. I'm assuming you're a dude. Sorry if you're not. Thanks for joining. Thanks for everyone watching, if you're still watching, even if it's the recording. Here, if you have any questions about anything discussed on the stream, let me know. Didn't hit 50, but we were really close with 27. That's half. Okay, that's not that close, but 27 is pretty sweet for viewers. So that means a lot to me for that y'all are watching and that y'all stayed around. Always here if you want. If you have any suggestions on videos, I'm always here to consider it. And I'm excited more companies are reaching out to me about making demos. So doing demos is really fun for me, and getting to see other softwares and working with them and just being able to recommend or have experience in something really helps me be more valuable to the community. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining me. and sticking around. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Have a great week and summer. The next live stream, guaranteed, will be 9:15, most likely, and maybe before then. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do YouTube Shorts. I've been doing like a busy season diary series, so I'll maybe continue. But yeah, PW Kid, absolutely, dude. 20K is it's stupid. I hate it. I spend so much money on software. It's ridiculous. I'm cursed. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much. Love y'all. Have a good one.